Factors that affect Y. Actually, the analysis of J. M. Keynes framework so far has identified five autonomous factors. There are five autonomous factors that shape the aggregate demand function and hence the level of aggregate output. Number one, change in autonomous consumer expenditures, which is denoted by A. Number second, change in planned investment expenditures, which is denoted by I. Number third, changes in government spending, which is denoted by G. Number fourth, change in government taxes, which is denoted by T. And finally, changes in net exports, which is denoted by NX. Look at this summary table. This table shows the response of aggregate output to autonomous changes in all these five important factors. Number one, autonomous consumer expenditures A. If there is an increase in autonomous consumer expenditures, what will be the response of aggregate output? In a result, aggregate output will increase as well. Look at the figure. From Y1 AD, the curve will shift to Y2 AD. Why? Because there is an increase in autonomous consumer expenditures. Now, look at investment. If there is an increase in autonomous investment expenditures, the curve will shift from Y1 to Y2. Similarly, for government spending, the curve have shifted from Y1 to Y2. But now look at the fourth case, taxes. If the government increases its tax rates, what will be the response of aggregate output? This will decrease. Look at the curve from Y1, this line, aggregate demand line Y1 AD will shift downward to Y2 AD because it will negatively affect the economy. So the aggregate output will decrease from Y1 to Y2. And finally, look at the net exports. If the value of net exports increases, this will positively affect the aggregate output and the aggregate demand curve will shift from Y1 AD to Y2 AD and the output level will rise. This was the discussion of the Keynesian framework that how the aggregate output will respond to changes in autonomous expenditures, that how these factors bring about change in aggregate output. If investment expenditures, government expenditures, taxes or net exports changes, how these changes will bring about change in the aggregate output. It is hoped that now you have a very clear idea about the relationship between these variables with the aggregate output, that how each and every component of the aggregate demand affects the aggregate demand itself, and then how these components affect the aggregate output in an economy.